So Roger, welcome to your executive profile.
Well, thanks, Kim, for the opportunity of being here.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm looking forward to it because we're going to find out a lot about LinkedIn as well.
You're right.
Okay, well, let's start talking about you and your background, a little bit of experience before we go into all the social media excitement with LinkedIn that you've been involved with lately. A little bit of background.
Okay. I'm a chartered accountant by training out of England, as you can tell by the accent. I came to North America to get an MBA, and since then I worked in corporate finance. About 20 years ago, I took a segue into software development for insurance, but that got stopped by 9/11, where I lost a couple of the biggest clients we had.
Oh dear.
After that, I went into selling insurance, actually directors and officers insurance, because of my background as a chartered accountant, and was very successful at that here in Vancouver. During that process, I discovered LinkedIn. And we'll get into this in a minute, I'm sure.
Okay, yes. Well, and I met you when you were at Hub International.
That's correct.
Here in Vancouver. Now, you've recently announced your retirement, but you're still very busy. So tell us about that a little bit.
Well, I actually decided 2 years ago, for health reasons, that full-time work I couldn't keep going at. And I'm 70 years old, so it was time to move out. But I still wanted to exercise my mind, keep it occupied, and give back somewhat to the industry. And so since then, I've been teaching younger professionals how to develop new business, how to develop leads.
Well, and I know that you have a lot to offer with all of that experience. All right, so tell us about your LinkedIn experiences now. I know you started that before you left Hub.
That's correct.
Very got involved in LinkedIn, and now you're teaching it and mentoring others.
Yep.
Give us a little bit of background on that.
Well, I've helped about 50 to 60 people during the past couple of years, working part-time. I find that in any group, and I only take small groups, by the way, because more than that becomes a lecture rather than a hands-on experience. In any small group, I find there are 2 to 3 who become superstars, who really pull it all in and use it on a regular basis. There's another 3 to 4 that do some of it, not a lot. And there's invariably one who has excuses for why they don't. And those excuses can range anywhere from, I'm too busy, or I really don't need to do it, or even I'm too old for this newfound rubbish.
There's always a reason not to do it, right?
What I tell them, obviously, is look at my hair. You know, if I can do it, anybody can.
So now you focus on lead generation.
I do. I find that in professional development, the young lawyers, even the young insurance brokers, young accountants, get absolutely no training in sales or business development. And by the way, business development to me is the same as sales, but young lawyers don't like to be known as salespeople. They don't get the training, they don't know how to actually get in front of people. So I teach them how to do that.
Well, if you're in business, you're in sales.
Yes, absolutely.
You gotta take care of business that way. So it goes without saying that everybody needs a LinkedIn profile sooner or later. LinkedIn is this thing that kind of emerged, but it's become a big deal in business, and very few people, as you say, really use it effectively. So give us 3 things that are really important if you're developing your LinkedIn profile. What's the most important thing? What should you get right in the beginning?
Well, the very first thing is to get a professional photograph.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, I see too many selfies, too many beach shots and pictures with the kids or with pets. The second thing to do is to provide contact information. Let me give you a quick anecdote about this. I researched an insurance brokerage, and you have to remember brokerages are all about sales.
Of course.
I researched an insurance brokerage, national one. They have about 400 employees nationwide, 160 have profiles, and of those, precisely nine, had any way of contacting them on their LinkedIn profile.
Well, so it goes without saying that if you're going to go to all this trouble and people find you on LinkedIn, that they have a way of getting in touch with you.
Yes.
Interesting.
After that, if you look at those 160 or any others, you'll find they're mostly some kind of resume. The client or prospect gets absolutely no idea what's in it for them.
So you really have to, well, your profile, if you're a professional, that's what they're getting. So you've got to make sure you have a complete profile, but also you have to make it very clear that if they use your services, why they should.
There's some kind of differentiation statement on there, yes, that tells what you're good at and why they should come to you. Absolutely.
And people give, what do you call it, recommendations, that sort of thing.
Recommendations are excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find the endorsements to be worth too much, but the recommendations, absolutely,
There you
yes.
go. All right. Anything else?
Yes, I would suggest that a video like this would be an incredibly valuable addition to anyone's profile. The reason is because it actually brings out the personage you are. Rather than the bold words on the
Right.
profile, it shows people who you are, how you express yourself, and what it means to provide the kind of service you do.
Well, and video has become so ubiquitous with YouTube, and it's the way people want to get information these days.
That's true.
All right, well, you've offered some great insights. Where can people find out more about Roger Smith and what you do and get a hold of you?
Apart from my LinkedIn profile,
I'm sure you've got your contact information
there's
there.
also a URL you can go to. If you
Okay.
look up New Business for Professionals, you'll find it there.
Great.
So my contact information is on
Is on
every
there.
place you can go to.
We'll publish it here as well. So.
Okay,
Well, thank you very much for this. It's been delightful.
you're welcome.
All right.